You ever look at your life and realize you've been stuck in the same place for years? Same job, same routine, same fears? And no, it's not because you're lazy. It's because every time you almost do something that matters, that voice in your head whispers, "What if I fail? What if I look stupid? What if I'm not good enough?" So what do? You play it safe. You scroll, you delay, you convince yourself that now's not the time. You lie to yourself just enough to not feel guilty. And slowly, you stop trusting yourself. Bro, let me paint it for you. There's a guy out there with less talent than you, less intelligence, less resources, but he's winning. Why? Because he's not scared to look like a fool on his way up. He's not addicted to comfort. He doesn't need everything to be perfect before he moves. Meanwhile, you, with all your potential, are hiding behind what-ifs and excuses dressed up as logic. Let me drop this on you. The fear of failure isn't about failure. It's about ego. You're scared of what people will think. You're scared of feeling weak. But you know what's worse than failure? Living a life where nothing changes because you never tried. And once you realize that, everything shifts. What if I told you that failure isn't your enemy? It's your training ground.
Let's be real. You're not afraid of failing. You're afraid of feeling worthless if you do. You tied your value as a man to the result. So if the result sucks, you feel like you suck. That's the real war. Not the task, not the goal, the voice in your head that says, if I don't win, I'm nothing. You've been walking around with a scoreboard in your mind, always comparing, always trying to prove you're enough. To your dad, your ex, your friends, maybe even to strangers on the internet. And when you think you might lose, you freeze. But let me ask you this, man to man. How much of your life are you wasting trying to protect your image instead of building your reality? That's the trap. You want confidence? It's not built by avoiding failure. It's built by walking through it and realizing it didn't kill you. Confidence is built when you get hit, bleed a little, and keep moving. Look, I know a guy who used to flinch at every opportunity. Smart dude, tons of ideas, but all he did was talk, overthink. He was always almost ready. One day, he got tired of his own voice, started small, took hits, got rejected. But you know what happened? People started respecting him. Not because he was perfect, but because he acted. He showed up while others hid. That's when it clicked. Failure isn't the thing to avoid. It's the fire that burns off the weak version of you.
Here's the truth. You're not broken. You're just stuck in a pattern that's killing your drive. You want to overcome the fear of failure? Then stop waiting to feel ready. Because that feeling, it never comes. You become ready by doing the damn thing scared. You gain clarity by acting, not by thinking, planning, or manifesting. Start small. Pick something you've been avoiding. Doesn't have to be huge. Send that message. Apply for that job. Speak up in that meeting. Post that idea. Whatever it is, move. And don't do it for applause. Do it to rebuild trust with yourself. Every time you do something uncomfortable and survive, you become a little more dangerous, a little more free, a little more you. Bro, you're not meant to tiptoe through life avoiding pain. You're meant to collide with it and grow. Here's your reminder. Failure doesn't define you. Fear does. But only if you let it. So don't let it. Stop hiding behind perfection. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to do one thing today that your future self will thank you for. Remember this, your comfort zone is not your home, it's your prison. And the key, it's always been in your hand. Time to use it.